Good luck to everyone. It was a dark and dreary night. The moon was hidden among the clouds, and the stars shed a faint light. The road was empty, and silence reigned. Holding on to the steering wheel of the car, John was tired after a long day, but he had to return home. Your eyes were heavy with fatigue, but an alertness of carelessness was for him throughout the beginning of a great adventure. Suddenly, a pothole appeared in the middle of the road, shaking the car and waking John from his sleepy dreams. His brakes were jammed, but it was past work. The underside of the car exploded, and as she pulled into the path of John's vehicle, she heard sirens blaring their review the information about the speed, but could not see the characteristics of the siren. Additionally, a beam of light suddenly appeared from a dark corner and illuminated the surroundings of his car. John found himself in a terrible situation. His car was surrounded by black-clad and masked men. Their eyes were shining, and they had guns in their hands. John's licenses told him that these men were no ordinary thieves. Without communicating throughout, one of the men surrounding his car approached and spoke sternly. "What's in your hand? Show us." John hands him his watch and cell phone without paying. The men quickly gathered the supplies and ran away without looking at John. But John explained that this degradation is not over. While he was quickly taking off his seat belt in the car, he noticed other vehicles approaching. He moved his car and started to run away. However, another vehicle chased after him. Suddenly, John's life was transformed into an action movie. There was a wild chase between cars. After a breathtaking chase that lasted for hours, John finally entered a town. He feels himself in this place where men dare not follow him. He entered the streets of the town and parked his car in a parking lot. The town's streets were quiet, but John knew the men wouldn't pursue him. He still couldn't understand the reason for this mysterious damage. Now the decision is made to stop these dangerous people in cooperation with the residents of the town. John couldn't be sure that a member of the public would help him out on the quiet streets of the town. As he pulled out of the car park, but he had no other choice, he temporarily entertained the idea of reporting the incident to the local police. But he had a suspicion that these men had business with the police. He walked towards the town's main street and entered the town's only bar. As the door opened, he turned quickly. Thanks to the gun carefully placed over his eyes, standing in front of him was a large man who was the owner of the bar. The man smiled at John's worried gaze and said, "Brother, we are gathered here to help you. This town does not allow such evil." John's eyes glanced into the bar and saw the townspeople sitting at the tables. They all seemed ready to stand against the mysterious robbers. The large man continued, "These men are going to come here, and we need you, John. We don't know who they are or what they want, but as the people of this town, we need to protect everyone." John came up with a plan. With the help of the townspeople, they decided to set up a surveillance network around the town to track down the men and find out why they were after him while people stood guard. John and the town sheriff tried to gather more information to find out who these mysterious robbers were and their purpose. Over time, John and the town's residents discovered that the robbers belonged to a criminal gang and had come to protect the town's borders. The leader of the gang was connected to the shady dealings of the town's local government, and they were trying to access the information found in John's vehicle. The townspeople and local police joined forces to stop this gang. After a long battle, the leader of the gang was captured and the town was cleared. With the help of the people in the town, John not only saved his own life, but also became the hero of this quiet town. Staying in the town for a while longer, John eventually continued his journey, but this time he had joined a larger family. John's adventure continued as the hero of a quiet town at the end of an adventure that started on the road at night, and this adventure changed John's life forever. The end.